Welcome, my lady boss, warrior goddesses. This is the Athena Challenge Body Composition Assessments tutorial video. I actually shot this tutorial video while doing the men's coaching group, so there's a couple subtleties that I wanted to point out. First off, you'll hear me mention Smartsheet link, and you'll see it on the screen when you're watching the tutorial video. Totally disregard that. We're not using Smartsheet. You're going to be using the PDF that comes with this email. It's titled the AFC 10-Week Body Composition Assessment Tracker or something like that. And you are going to fill out during weeks 1, week 5, and week 10 your assessment numbers that will help us keep track of your progress. So you'll see that on the sheet there are going to be highlighted measurements. I believe it's name, height, age, weight, neck, chest, arms, belly button, hips, thighs, and that's it for the highlighted stuff. And then there's some other optional assessments that you can take: body fat percentage, lean body mass, calves, and forearms. Those are optional. You don't have to record those, but if you have the equipment available to take those numbers, like skin fold calipers or like bioelectrical impedance analysis, something that will give you a little more data, feel free to record it or take those circumference measurements as well. A couple other things to note: there's a point where I talk about flexing your arms and taking the measurement like this, taking that bicep flex measurement. You guys don't have to do that if you don't want to. Feel free to record that information. It's still going to give us data on muscle tone and body fat when we continue to remeasure every 4 weeks, but it's not necessary. The next one is on the chest. So for the guys, I have them measure right at nipple line. Okay, that's going to be skewed for females because you have breasts, so that's going to throw off your circumference measurement. It's not going to be as accurate. So take your measurement at armpit, right up all the way to the armpit, above the nipple line. So armpit with the chest measurement. Don't worry about the bicep flex. Disregard the Smartsheet link. Use the PDF. Fill out the highlighted numbers, and the other numbers are optional. The other piece to this is the pictures that will go along with the circumference measurements. So you're going to take pictures from the front angle, the side angle, and the back angle every update as well at week 1, week 5, and week 10. Now, for attire, I would prefer you wear a sports bra and shorts, short shorts. That's going to give us the best overall picture of what your body currently looks like. And that's something that, even if you're not stoked on the way it looks now, it's something that we'll use as a reference point to look back on later. And A, give yourself motivation. Hey, I'm kicking ass, I'm doing a good job, I'm seeing physical change. And B, also to make sure that we use it as an assessment like we should. We want to make sure that we're getting good progress. We want to make sure that we're holding ourselves accountable. So for the pictures, relaxed is totally fine. Again, sports bra and shorts. If that's uncomfortable for you, wear a tight tank top where I'm a little cut off, but I want to see at least from the kneecaps to the head. Okay, I want a full body profile. If you get the feet in there too, that's totally cool, but at least from here, at least I could go back a little bit further. So I want to see from the shins, the knees, up to the top of the head. Okay, so front, totally relaxed. Side, totally relaxed. And then the back, totally relaxed. Make sure that you fill out the circumference measurements and post them to the Facebook group. There's an album titled Week 1 Assessments. You will post both your pictures and a screenshot of the PDF with your filled out circumference measurements on there. So all you need for this is a measuring tape of some kind. Let's see, I've got mine right here. This is just a little standard one. It's got the inches on it and centimeters. We're going to use inches. And the ideal way to do this is with a partner that will take your measurements for you. So that way, A, you can make sure they're more accurate because you don't have to worry about your hands on. They've got a good eye on it. It's harder to see some of the numbers. And when you're doing it by yourself, it's tough to do the arms and the thighs, and so it just works a lot easier and faster if you have someone to do it with you. So I'm just going to show you the measurements that we'll record, and we'll go over each one, how to record it, where to take the measurement, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to use my beautiful demonstration here, Alex, and he's going to help me on all the measurements. So the first one we're going to go over is the neck. Very simple, very easy. All we're going to do is just take a measurement right around the Adam's apple. Bring the tape right across, no flexing, nice and relaxed. And we take our measurement. So that's for the neck. And then for the arm, I'll have you turn around. What we're going to do is to measure from the AC joint, which is this bump, this protrusion on the top of the shoulder here. That's our landmark. That's starting position of the tape. Ending position is the elbow joint. Okay, so we're just going to take that measurement to find out the halfway point, which with a 16-inch upper arm, that puts our halfway point at 8 inches. So you can make a little mark on the arm, so that way you know where it is when you go to take your measurement. And then we just go right around the arm. Here. He's nice and relaxed, the arm just stays at his side, and I take the measurement. This might not be the exact biggest point of your arm. That's okay. We just want to make sure the measurement is standard, and so that way everybody's doing the same thing. So AC joint to the elbow, halfway point, mark it and measure it. Okay? That's unflexed. Now we're also going to do a flexed one for the arms. Who doesn't want to do an arm flex? So I'm going to have him come up into a 90-degree bicep curl, and then I'm going to measure the peak of the arm. Right at the top of the bicep, I take my measurement. Okay, so we've got our unflexed mark halfway from the AC to the elbow, and then we've got our flexed mark at 90 degrees, your typical bicep curl kind of pose. Okay, so that's the arms. I'll turn you back around. Then we're going to do the forearm next. This one is an optional measurement. This isn't going to be in the challenge, but you can use it for your own personal records. See if you're making any gains in your grip strength and your forearm size. So we're going to go from crease of the elbow to crease of the wrist, and then take that halfway point, which puts us right in the middle of the forearm. And again, this might not be the biggest point of your forearm. That's okay. We just want a place of standard measurement, so when we go to do it again, we measure in the same exact place. Okay, so once we've got the mark, we go around and measure the forearm. If you want to use a different spot, say a little higher up where the meat of the forearm is located, then just make sure that you use that same exact spot every single time. So measure it out, make the mark, and then take your measurement. So that's the forearms. Next we're going to go to the chest. So I'll have you go arms up. For the chest we're just looking at nipple line straight across, nice and relaxed with the arms at the sides. Bring the tape over, arms down. Once the arms are at the sides, find the nipple line, right above the nipple line or so. No flexing, nice and relaxed, regular breath, and there's our measurement. Okay? Then when we work down the torso, we're going to go to the belly button next. So point to your belly button. Okay? And we take the measurement right at the belly button line. No sucking in, just nice and relaxed. Find a good normal position there. Okay? That's our belly button. For the hips, we work down even farther. I'm going to have you turn just a little bit. There you go. We're going to go right at the biggest point of the glutes. Right around the hips, biggest point of the glutes. We come across and find our measurement. Okay, so that's the thighs. Or excuse me, the hips. I'm going to be standing right there facing me. For the thighs, just turn me just a little bit. We are going to do the same strategies we did with the arm. We're going to find the halfway point. So for this one, we find the ASIS, which is the crest of the pelvis, that little bump right there in the front. So that's the starting point. Ending point is the kneecap. So there's our kneecap. And then 21 and a half. The halfway point would be 10.5-ish. So there's my mark, right in the middle of the thigh. Bring it around, and take your measurement. Make sure that it's the same for the legs and the arms in both spots. You can just check that out in the mirror, make sure that your line is even with your X's. And then for the calves, just find the biggest point of the calf, come around, and take a measurement. And again, we're not going to use calves or forearms, but I just want to include that measurement if you'd like to keep track of that progress on your own. So that's all of our circumference measurements. We've got the neck, the arms, the chest, the belly button, the hips or the glutes, and then the thighs. Optional, we've got the calves and the forearms. So you need measuring tape, and then ideally someone to take accurate measurements for you, and then record all your progress on the body comp sheet that is included in the program, and it's pasted to the Facebook group page, and post your results. All right, thanks for checking it out.